Hey everyone, it's VM Campos Magic Fan. I've got a deck tech video for you. I'm going to craft a historic Brawl deck. We're going to build the new Umezawa deck, Satoru Umezawa, for historic Brawl on Arena. And then I'm going to play it a bit. So this will be a live crafting. If you're here live, welcome. If you're watching the video after the fact, check the description for the various chapters to jump to the part that you want to see, like the gameplay. But first we'll get started with crafting. So I'm going to open up my Arena account here. I like to focus more on Brawl decks, historic Brawl. That's my favorite format on Arena. So we'll switch over here to Historic Brawl, and then we will pick Satoru right here as the commander. Save that. I like to right away save it even though when there's nothing in the deck, and then we can focus on that. So I'll show you here in this first part of the video, live crafting. I'm not based on any sort of guide. I'm building it all myself off the top of my head, which of course can be improved as I play the deck. So if you're watching this video after the fact, don't hesitate to put some suggestions on how to make it better on Arena or in real life. Are you playing this Umezawa deck in real life? Tell me all about it in the comments. For Commander, actually, first of all, I want to select some really cool sleeves. That's how you strike terror into the hearts of your opponents. Have a really cool sleeve. So here we go. Perfect. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is add some mana rocks, and here what we've got on Arena is a rather limited selection compared to full Commander, but we'll put the good ones in here. Of course, that means a midnight clock to refill our hand at a certain point, and then all the 2 mana ones. Now, I never got a Mox Amber. That, of course, relies on a legendary. There really aren't going to be that many legendaries, so it might not be the best. Arcane Signet, of course, is an auto-include. All the 2 mana rocks, basically. Cold Steel Heart. We've also got Guardian Idol, gives you colorless mana. Mind Stone. Ornithopter of Paradise, it's a creature. It's a little bit more fragile than a regular old mana rock, but it's a 2 mana rock. Pillar of Origins is interesting, but it has to be tied to a creature type, so that one could be very limiting. These other mana rocks will give you mana for anything, not just a creature, so I wish Pillar was a little better. And so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana rocks. Usually I just put 5 in a Brawl deck, but we could also put the Chromatic Lantern for mana fixing, Letter of Acceptance for later on cracking it and drawing a card. We could also have the Mana Geode for Scry. Unstable Obelisk, which also serves as removal. Remember, it destroys any target permanent when you really need to get rid of something. And then we have the 4 mana rocks. Firemind's Vessel gives you 2 mana. Hedron Archive gives you 2 mana. Nyx Lotus, but it's also based on your color identity, your devotion. Gilded Lotus. Hey there, Mark, how are you doing? So I'm doing a live crafting of a brand new deck. Here's our commander, Satoru Umezawa. So the latest Umezawa. And we're building this deck. The big idea with this card is it gives all of your creatures ninjutsu. So as long as one of your creatures goes in unblocked, you can cheat something in. So the idea is I'm going to put in Ulamog, I'm going to put in like some 7/7s and 10/10s and all of those amazing creatures and cheat them into play by getting Umezawa out as soon as possible, and then getting in some evasive creatures in there, unblockable creatures, and then cheating in some huge creatures. So that's the idea with this deck. I just started crafting it. So we have all the mana rocks in here. I think that might work pretty well. So we'll start off with those. I'm going to save this as I keep working on it. Then we'll add the mana, we'll add the lands. Of course, we need the dual lands. The rare dual lands. This is Dimir colors. So we can put in, so a person can put in whatever dual lands they have. The ones that I have on hand are the Clear Water Pathway. I've got the Shock Land. The Temple of Deceit is a scry, comes in tap, but it's a scry land. And we can put in the Fabled Passage for some mana fixing. Oh, and then the Command Tower. Where's Command Tower? We need Command Tower, of course. That will fix our mana. And then the rest of the lands. Is there a fast way to just add islands quickly? Yeah, isn't there a faster way to simply add a bunch of lands quickly? We'll figure out the best art later, but for the moment, we'll put in some lands. 35. I'm going to go with 40 lands, just I'm going to go with 40 lands as a starting point. I can craft this deck further as I play test it, but right now we're in the crafting mode. So I got mana rocks. I have lands. All right, so I believe we've got a variety of creatures that are one single mana that I can get out and also be unblockable. See, how do we search for those basically? So I know we've got some merfolk. We've got a few, so we just need to find the right keyword. Like here, Mist Cloak Herald can't be blocked. So if we search for the phrase can't be blocked, let's see how many can't be blocked creatures we have. Mist Cloak Herald, Slither Blade, Changeling Outcast. Ginger Brute needs mana to make it unblockable, but we'll keep that. So these are all of the 1 mana can't be blocked creatures in Dimir colors. Not a lot. Then we'll go over to the 2 mana. There's no 0 mana, are there? Nope, nothing in 0 mana. 2 mana. 2 mana unblockable. I just want this to be unblockable on its own. Here we go, Departed Deckhand. This becomes untap, draw a card whenever opponent casts a spell. Discard a card, can't be blocked. Guild Thief. Jace's Sentinel. If you have a Jace Planeswalker, it's unblockable. Can't be blocked if you had another one enter. Nope. Passway Adept, you have to pay mana. Relic Runner can't be blocked if you cast a historic spell. Now I want unconditional unblockables. Here we go. River Sneak cannot be blocked. Surge Mare can't be blocked by green creatures. We'll put another Umezawa in the deck. Tetsuko, creatures you control with power or toughness of 1 can't be blocked. Okay, so we can synergize here by having small creatures and then also having them unblockable. I have to figure out how much I want to do. Okay, the Yuan Ti Malison, although this is a rare card, I don't know if I want to spend on this. I do have 14 rares. If it attacks alone, it's unblockable. And when this attacks you, venture. That's got some good value. Yeah, let's put that one in the deck. Can't be blocked by big creatures. Can't be blocked by enchantments. Cridle deals damage. Whenever you attack, you pay 2. If you do, target creature can't be blocked. Well, it's a 2 mana. Whenever you attack, you may pay 2. Okay, this one can give unblockability to other things. So special bookcase, target creature can't be blocked. So I can do that to the I can make other creatures unblockable. 3+ unblockable. I would rather have creatures that have built-in unblockable. We'll start with these. And then, what about if we have some small flyers, even if they're itself unblockable, but they're small flyers, like a 1-turn Artificer's Assistant. Yep, let's go with some of these. Let me see how many of these with flying. A 1-mana flyer. Fairy Miscreant. Fairy Seer. And that one's common. So I'm going to throw in some of these 1/1 flyers. Network Disruptor. Ooh, that's got a tap ability as well. Good old Terramander. Silver Raven plus a Scry. Oh, there's plenty of them right here. So 19 creatures so far. I might pare that down in a moment. Alright, so the idea is all of the creatures, as long as Satoru is out, all creatures have ninjutsu 4, and then we can cheat in some big scary creatures. So now let's look at some big scary creatures. I'm going to start with... What's the best way here? We can search with power and toughness. Pow greater than or equal to, or how do we do this? Here we go. Greater than or equal to 7. All creatures of, oops, here we go. All creatures of these colors. So obviously Hullbreaker Horror, a big old 7/8. Nezahal, which also draws cards, an 8/8 whale. Waker of Waves, which gives the creatures -1. Slinvoda, Icebreaker Kraken, 8/8. Nixathid enters the battlefield, choose an opponent. Nixathid gets -1 for each card in their hand. Nope. We have the Rotting Registrar, although that decreases your hand size. We have the 8/8 Troll, the 7/6 Behemoth with Menace. Cheat that in, and then you need to... Then they need to block it with Menace. Yargle, 9/3. Demon of Loathing, when it connects, it does great stuff. Gloomsower, when this becomes blocked, do stuff. It's an 8/6 on its own. Troxel is amazing. Torgar, 7/6. Villas, 8/8. Voidbeckener, 8/8. Lochmere Serpent. Oh, here we go. Ulamog. We want a big old Ulamog. Skyscraper, 8/8. And then have Metalwork Colossus, 10/10. Alright, so here are the huge creatures that we want to cheat into play. Perhaps the rest of the deck will then be interactivity. So removal and the like. So we'll put some counter spells in here. Null target artifact or enchantment. Counter target non-creature spell. Non-creature spell. Miscast. instant or sorcery unless they pay 3. Good old Spell Pierce. Wash away. Counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. That wasn't... Alright, so let's... Counter target spell that wasn't cast. So this will work to counter the commander. And then for 3 mana, it'll just counter any spell. Double blue. Anti-cognition, 2 mana counter target spell or planeswalker, creature or spell unless control pays whatever. No, I want more counter spells that are reactive. Here we go. I want more spells that are reactive to removal of my... I want to protect my commander. Counter target spell that targets a permanent you control and draw a card. Yes, I'm going to put in a bunch of these counter spells. If you control a creature with flying. Negate. Patchwork Crawler. Quench. Reject counter target creature or planeswalker spell. So Tail's End. And then we will put in, which is the Saw It Coming. Saw It Coming. Okay, and then I'll put removal next. So we'll put in some exile effects to deal with their own creatures and planeswalkers in this version 1 of the deck. You can also do Hand Disruption. So 3 mana for -5 plus exile. The good removal, here we go, Baleful Mastery. The good removal starts at 4 mana. The good exile, I mean. So we'll put all of these. Might remove... I might remove a counterspell or 2. I haven't addressed the interactivity in terms of... Well, that's 100 already there. I haven't dealt with the interactivity of a board wipe or dealing with other enchantments and the like. So we can see about that, but just need to remove 1 card, then we'll be in business. Alright, we'll try that. So here's version 1 of the deck. We're at 1940. Alright, let's give this deck a try. This is version 1 of the deck. The idea is to cheat in big creatures, get out an evasive creature early, get out our commander, and then cheat in big creatures. We then need to have protection. Countermeasures, we go first. Okay, very good. I have cool stuff here. So I'll bring out... They have their own turn 1, but they don't want to block that. So they've definitely got their ramp. No attack. Turn 3, I have out my commander. So I have ninjutsu. Do you want to target with this ability? Whenever you attack, you may pay 2. Oops, nope, I want to tap, I want to target itself. Okay, so next turn I have my 4 mana. Next turn I have my 4 mana, and I'm going to be able to cheat in my 7/8 unless they remove something. I don't think they'll remove anything. That's a 3/2. Okay. Okay, this should still work. I have all the mana that I need. I'm going to attack with both. Obviously, they're going to block my 2/4 or something. They probably won't block with any of their mana dorks. Ugh, fine. Okay. So that's annoying. They know the trick. Okay. So it definitely depends on the counter-target spell unless they pay 1. Okay, let's counter that. So there's a blocker there. This is definitely not going to get... Okay, actually, huh? Okay. This will bring in my horror. Okay, so that'll work. I am going to attack. That's unblocked. Ninjutsu in. Ninjutsu that back to my hand. Bring in a 7/8. And we'll bring in another creature here. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. What's going on here? I never play with this card. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control, return target non-permanent. Alright, so first I'm choosing which of these I want, and then I can bounce back so that they can replay that one, I guess. Maybe I should have bounced back their mana dork. Okay, so I don't have any big creatures to... I don't have any more big creatures to bounce in, but can send all of that off. Bring this back. Bounce that back. Keep that counter spell for something. Such as that. Return target spell you don't control. There's nothing to bounce back. So, how can I submit 0? Oops, I have to bounce back. It says up to 1. Can't I pick something that is not? Return target non-land permanent. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. I didn't see it say that I could skip it. Alright, well, that's dumb. I really needed to not bounce that back. Fine. Send everything in. They will double block, of course. Bring that back to hand. Resummon that. So here we go, just done. Don't select anything. That was my mistake right there. And they're good gaming me, so... That was a little mistake, but yeah, I shouldn't have bounced back my my fairy, because then I could have bounced in Villas. I could have ninjutsu'd Villas in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably have some sort of bite. Oh, okay, double that for 28. That's a trample, so okay. Yep, that was my mistake there. I shouldn't have bounced it back, so fine. Well, let's go on to the next game. Tell me in the chat, would I have won that if I hadn't bounced back my spirit or my flyer or whatever it was? All right, game 2. So the counter spells do their thing. Didn't get any removal. Ninjutsu trick worked well. So we have here a creature. Okay, so this Guardian Idol could come in as a sneaky creature, although it takes mana to bring it to life. 2 mana Malison. Grumgully has got green, so that's probably removal. So I guess I'll try to bring in that Malison right away. Satoru on this turn, unless that gets torched. No torching. Okay, good. So we bring a Satoru out. Oops. That was a misplay right there. Wow. Played the wrong color mana. But at least I get to scry. Yep. I'm really off my game at the moment, but we'll see let's see if we can recover. That's a whole turn lost right there. Oh, we might as well Doomblade this. Bring in more creatures for more mana. More treasure tokens or more targets? Yeah, let's bring in more targets to ninjutsu. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I have 7 mana, that guarantees that I can summon Satoru and then ninjutsu something in. So something happened there. 1, 2, 3. Bring this one to life. What was that spell there? Have an X damage to each creature with flying. Sure. Let's just pass it out over here. It's a 4/4 with haste, who cares? You'll have less ways to block if you attack. Don't get greedy. Okay, no greedy. Alright, so let's... Doesn't matter what gets blocked. Ninjutsu in this big old 8/8 and choose one. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, put one of them to your hand. We'll bring in another evasive flyer. That goes in. Pay to like. Something gets -1. It was so close. Well, let's bring in another flyer. So Villas draws cards. Oh, so we got a 2/2 Rish card. Put a +1 on both. Sure. More mana dorks. done. Okay, so nothing in the air. Okay, that one worked okay, even though I had that mistake of playing... I didn't play my swamp when I could have, and then I could have gotten Satoru out faster. Okay, so let's keep going. So this is game 1, loss, game 2, win. We need more of a sample, of course, and then we'll figure out if it's a good deck. Again, this commander's been one of the most popular ones. I've seen people play this one a lot. And we're going to move on to game 3. Atheros, that's black and white. There's going to be a lot of removal in this deck then. I have 1 counter spell. So against this opponent, this is going to be tricky. They're going to have, of course, plenty of counter spells. So we're going to need to play very judiciously, very cautiously, very conservatively. And then I've got huge things in hand, so... guess I'll just keep waiting. I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this opponent. It's just black and white. Yeah, see, they keep... Yeah, they're gonna have something. I guess if they... Very paranoid. There was no responses there. So again, I need 7 mana. If I can get to 7 mana, I will be able to cast Satoru and cheat in something like an Ulamog. And they have make a bunch of tokens. Well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 mana. Ugh. Let's just wait for the next... If I get my next mana, and if they tap out, that'll be the best thing. Maybe they'll tap out with their commander. Come on, I need my next mana. That'll give me 7 mana. Alright, so one of those. Who cares? I'll keep my deck hand. They probably have another removal. So, fine. They have 2 black mana. That's a Doomblade. Pausing. That's a signet. Okay, well, we'll just keep building. Maybe they'll cast their commander, Teysa. Okay, I think we can do it now. Yeah, we can do it. So, and then plenty of mana. Okay, let's be careful here. 1, 2, 3. Satoru attack with an unblocked... What do you call them? Cast an Ulamog. Bounce that back. Exile... Teysa. Oh, I guess it only exiles when it gets cast. Okay, that's fine. And they're like, okay, you got me. Okay, so that's living the dream of what this deck needs to do. We need to get something unblockable. So mental note, Ulamog's exile trigger will not happen because it wasn't cast. When it attacks, it then exiles their library. It technically happens at a point where it doesn't. It wasn't attacking, so it didn't do the exile. Okay. Well, that's living the dream right there, casting an Ulamog, even though it's not the most powerful version of Ulamog because casting it would let you exile 2 permanents, and then attacking with it would then let you exile 20 cards off their deck. But okay, let's keep going. That's our 3rd game. 2nd win. I don't see a lot of necessary changes just yet. But it does feel... I usually play a bit more aggro, but I guess to be safest you need 7 mana for Satoru to work out. You need a creature on board. Let's move on to game 4. So you need a creature on board plus 7 mana, so that's a lot of mana. So you need 7 mana. Okay, so I go first. I have everything that I want here. I have the 7/7. So the idea with the deck is I need to bring out some evasive creatures, such as cannot be blocked types of creatures, and then I can cheat in a big creature. So Satoru, whenever it gives all your creatures ninjutsu. So if I got Satoru out, then I can cheat in anything. And I have a big old 7/7 to cheat in. Now, this assumes that Satoru lives. And then they have some removal already, probably. Double black mana. Nope, we got a sword. Alright, so let's see if we can have Satoru live next turn. If he still lives, then I'm going to be able to cheat in Toxrill. Okay, not so bad. Alright, perfect, perfect. Watch this. This is the whole idea with this deck. We attack, nothing gets blocked, and then I ninjutsu in a 7/7 for a 1/1. And when I ninjutsu, I get to draw stuff into my hand, such as another 8/8. So as long as Satoru's on the battlefield... Now right here, if they want to do removal, they probably want to remove the 7/7. Perfect, they use up their mana for that. And then I have one more unblockable, and then this one will attack without being blocked, and then I'll trade it in for my 8/8 Slin Voda. Yes, back to the hand, please. And then that's an 8/8 out of nowhere. So that's the idea with this deck. You just cheat in huge creatures. That's the 4th game. 3rd win so far. Yeah, so unblockable creatures, get Satoru out, cheat in with ninjutsu, big things. Then hopefully if there's a big thing, the opponent wants to deal with the big thing and ignores Satoru, and hopefully I have another big thing in my hand and then cheat that one in. Yeah, it's the old school ninja tactics. So 4 games so far, 3 wins. The first one, I made an error in play. I bounced back my own thing on accident. If I hadn't bounced that back, because I was still learning that card, another card, I might have had something to ninjutsu in. So let's go for the 5th game. This is still with version, thank you, this is still with version 1 of the deck. We'll see if we need any changes to the deck. Let's play game 5. Ooh, another Ishin. Was this the same one that I just played a moment ago? I know it was an Ishin player, but I didn't see if it was the same one. Okay, I've got... Well, this isn't the best hand, actually. Maybe I should have mulliganed. I have plenty of evasive creatures, but nothing really to cheat in. Nothing that's worth cheating in. Well, okay, I can play the turn 1 fairies here, which lets me scry 2, and then find a good card draw to cheat in. Alright, so scry 2 into... Yeah, how about a 7/6? Alright, so... Double blue. Do another scry right here. Make sure I get my 4th mana. I need 4 mana for this to work. Alright, so 3rd mana with Satoru. Then I need my 4th mana, and then I can cheat in Torgar. Alright, there's my 4th mana. So, here we go. So I have 3 things that are unblockable. As long as Satoru lives, I can then cheat in Torgar. There we go. There we go. So, I'll just attack. Well, everything's unblockable except Satoru. So just attack with everything. Oh, that was a misplay. Man, that was a misplay. I didn't play my mana. Man. That was a misplay. Well, we'll do it next turn if Satoru lives. Okay, that's fine. I have one unblockable thing. Ninjutsu that in. None of these are good. Torgar's cool. When it enters the battlefield, make the opponent's life half, and then it does 7 damage. So if I had another, if I can pull another big creature off the top of my deck, yeah, you shouldn't attack with anything. You need block. Well, actually, you can attack with that 4/3. It's got vigilance, but they're not attacking. Okay, they're attacking with one thing. Gains lifelink. Fine, it's pausing for priority. Obviously, they have a combat trick. They have white mana open, so that could be one of those exile or destroy with a tapped creature. They have a black mana as well. That could be removal. Okay, one less unblockable creature, and that's a 7/7 right there. Okay, so we will cheat in. So we'll attack with this, this, and this. One thing will become one. Well, actually, let's just go with everything. One thing will surely be unblocked, and then we'll cheat in Troxel. Alright, very good. Cheat this one in. I'll just cheat in Umezawa. I mean, I'll pass out Umezawa. Pausing for a priority with one black, and they're like, nope. Alright, that wouldn't have even killed you. Oh yeah, that would have actually, because that would have been a 7/7 and then one unblocked 1/1. So, okay. There is the 4th win. 4 wins out of 5 games so far. Been kind of impressed with this deck so far, even though I have been doing some gameplay errors. I'm not used to this gameplay mode, I suppose. But okay, let's go on to game 6. 5 games, 4 wins so far. So we're on to game 6. Okay, I go first. Chatterfang. So they have black mana. I have mana ramp. I have a flyer. I have removal. I have a big creature. I haven't run into a lot of opponents with a lot of removal. I do have counter spells in the deck. So as long as my commander is out, I can cheat things in. This is a black-green opponent. So with black mana, I'm sure there will be some removal. I might play a slower game here. I would usually rather play when in doubt, swing all out. Yep, I would much rather go kind of aggro. Okay, so definitely next turn they're summoning their commander. I missed a land drop, so I have to do it this way. But here I can scry. If I... that was a misplay. I needed to play that first, and then my mana rock. Whoops. You scry when you cast a legendary. Toski, great. I need to get rid of Toski because that has amazing card draw capabilities. People love Toski. I see it so often. It's indestructible and incredibly annoying. Shadow Spear. We can nope that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've missed land drops. If I was getting my land drops, I would have been able to do the following. So I'm a bit scared about this, but we're going to do black blue. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while for some reason, hasn't it? Not sure why I haven't played a lot of Dimir recently. Seem to be best at these colors. Thanks. I usually... since I've been playing Commander more, or Commander / Brawl more, I haven't done a lot of Dimir decks for some reason. But we'll see how this ninjutsu... Okay, so that's destroying my commander, so that's bad. That's gonna set me back a turn. Hopefully I don't have any more... Hopefully they don't have any more removal. That's definitely setting me back a turn. I've got the stuff that I need, but again, the deck suffers when the commander's removed. And there's that counterspell that I needed. So now I'm defenseless with my commander out. They have 3 cards in hand. They have the Phyrexian Tower, which lets them create more mana, sacrifice a creature, make more mana. So let's see if Satoru can survive this turn, I'll be able to cheat in either my 8/8 or my 8/8. Take your pick. They've used 1 removal so far. Not removal. Okay. They have 1 black mana open. Actually, with that black mana... No, that won't do anything. They can sacrifice squirrels, but that's not going to do enough damage to bring out Satoru. Okay. So they're going to attack with a 6/6 and a 3/3. Who cares? Yeah, don't block that, because then final minus squirrel to kill Satoru. So, okay. We'll let that pass through. I'm at 6 life. Okay, well, I'm suddenly at 6 life, so actually, I guess this is a loss. But we'll... Yeah, this is a loss. If they hadn't removed the... if they hadn't removed my commander that early on, then I would have won this one. But we'll get one attack with Slinvoda, and then they're going to kill that with their squirrel. Yeah, they got me. Alright, well, that one's a loss. Every time I've seen Chatterfang, it is a stronger deck. It is one of the stronger decks that I've seen, so that was maybe not surprising. That one snowballs. Alright, well, 2 losses out of 6 games so far. 4 wins out of 6 games so far. Let's go on to game 7. So again, definitely removing the commander's a big loss, and I didn't have a counterspell handy at that turn, at that time. Let's go on to the next game. Game 7. There's my counterspells. No mana of the correct color, but I go first, but that's not the correct colors. And that's kind of okay. Umori, black and green, that's also going to have removal. That's also going to have removal, but I'll try to have a counter spell at the right time. I have my 8/8 Kraken that I can try to cheat in. I have a 1/1 flyer that I could swap out. They have black mana. They have a mana dork. Okay, so I should play conservatively, so I won't summon my commander yet until I am guaranteed that yeah, I'll play conservatively. Because then if they summon, they can summon their commander this turn, and then then I can exile it and set them back. Yeah, so if they play things properly here, they can make 4 mana. Tap those 3, then untap it. There we go. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Okay, that'll work fine. They'll spend their turn casting their commander. I will... Oh, that's not their commander. Okay, fine. We'll just deal with that anyway. I can summon my commander next turn. I have miscast to protect it. And then if I can come back to my turn, I can cheat in my 8/8. Alright, they have 5 mana. No Eldgar Gargaroth, please. Nope, okay, Umori. Then they have 2 mana. Creature. Dryad, okay. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Bring out my commander. Keep 1 mana open for a counter spell. It's not the best counter spell. You have to pay 3 to, or else it gets countered. Phyrexian Arena, okay, no problem. Untap a land, a black, untap a swamp, so Devourer, who cares? Attack with a 4/5, who cares? Alright, I think this is gonna work. So we have the mana for it. So we'll attack with our 1/1 unblocked. Ninjutsu in our... Let's do an 8/8 because then that'll kill things, both of these. When this enters the battlefield, artifacts and creatures at opponent's control don't untap. Okay, let's just tap their things actually. So, Ninjutsu in an 8/8 and bounce that one back. And then Ninjutsu triggers, so I get a draw off of that. Let's grab another counter spell. Bring in an 8/8. Tap their two creatures that don't untap. That gets in unscathed. I will hold up 2 mana for a quench or a miscast. They have 5 mana in total. Settle the Wilds. Seek a basic land. Seek a permanent card with the mana value equal to the number of lands. So they're gonna go get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're gonna go tutor a 5 mana. See alchemy cards. Now they're gonna go tutor a 6 mana. These freaking alchemy cards are insane. Even an uncommon alchemy card lets green. This is insane. Alchemy is insane. A tutor in green. You pay 3 mana to go tutor, and obviously if you play it at the right time, seek a basic land and put it onto the battlefield. Okay, go tutor for any basic land, put it directly to the battlefield. Then go tutor a permanent card with mana value equal to the number of lands. You can go they tutored for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They tutored for a 7 mana creature. So, wow. Amazing. Alright, anyway, let's attack with our stuff. I'm sure they will block both of those. That'll be perfectly fine. If they don't block, then I'll just toss in. Yep, they're going to double block. Fine. I'm just going to keep... Well, I'm going to put my flyer... Now I'm going to keep 2 counter spells open. I would rather put out a flyer, but we'll keep... Okay, so we will counter that. We will... Nope, actually that won't work. They do have enough mana to counter it, to pay for the counter, so okay, that won't work. I should have played that freaking Slither Blade, because then that was unblockable no matter what. These counter spells aren't as good as... As a hard counter spell. The opponent probably has some combat... There we go, it's a combat trip, like the +5/+5 or something. Oh, they're doing their own ninjutsu. The Dokuchi Silencer. When you do destroy target creature or planeswalker that they control, okay, either they're going to destroy my Satoru, or they're going to... What's going on? What are they doing? Okay, they discard something, destroy my 8/8. Fine. Man. Okay, well... They're gonna attack with a 7/7. I have to sacrifice a creature. I'll sacrifice my 1/1. I'll have my unblockable 1/2 to try to cheat in Villas. So my opponent's a creature-heavy deck. I'm not really pulling out any of my removal. Ugh. didn't work out. I didn't have enough removal for the opponent. Their own ninjutsu got me. Let's go on to the next one. Alright, let's go on to game 8. Teferi. Okay, this will be annoying, but I get to go first, and that's bad draws. Okay, mulligan into something better. That's also pretty bad. Well, I guess Arcane Signet will fix my mana. I'm gonna deal with an annoying control player. They're passing with their own control mana open, so this is just going to be an annoying back and forth counter spell. So we just need to go under them. Signet. Am I actually countering the counterspell player? Is this gonna make it? Nope, there's their counterspell. Of course it was the counterspell that would target a commander. Another mana rock. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get under this. They've got way too much open mana, so this is going to be a dead end if they counter that. Of course, it's a counter spell. Okay, well, what a surprise. Azorius counter. Teferi Azorius counter spells. What a surprise deck. Much very good opponent. I'm sure they net decked that with great glee. All right, let's go on to the next match. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we're at 50-50 wins at the moment. So next opponent. Akiri. So we have a variety of equipment and the like. Simian Sling. Equipped creature gets whatever. It's one of these new living equipment things. Equipped creature gets +1. When this becomes equipped or blocked, it deals 1 damage to defending player. Reconfigure 2. Evolving Wilds. Okay. There's another unblockable creature. I have 2 unblockable creatures. As long as Satoru lives, then what we will do here is cheat in Villas. Red mana. Well, that can of course be 4 damage to a creature. No, okay, perfect. Well, this is living the dream. Let's play this unblockable creature here. Cheat in Villas. Bounce this one back. Draw something off the top. Comes in as an 8/8. I will pay life 2. minus that creature and draw me a card. Alright, so now I'm tapped out, but I've got an 8/8 in the air. And do I have another big creature to... Nope. Okay, so the opponent felt a little overwhelmed there. Alright. So, we've got more wins than losses so far. We'll go on to game 10, and then that'll be today's gameplay. So if people are watching this after the fact, this is crafting the Satoru Umezawa deck. Full deck list is in the description. If you're here live, thank you. Thank you as usual, Mark. Hopefully you're having a good day as well this fine... what day is it for you? Is it Wednesday already, or is it Tuesday now, or is it Monday? Are we in the same time zone at the moment? Did we catch each other? It's Monday for me, 11:33 p.m. No, it's already Tuesday for you, isn't it? Okay, here's another Chatterfang opponent. So again, this is that's a more difficult deck than you would think. And then I'm getting not loving these hands, but as long as I can play that Silver Raven, then I can scry. Pausing for a single black mana. If I can get my blue mana next, I can Silver Raven. So it is Tuesday, alright. Alright, so here is their ramp. I guess they have it on full control. Nope, they have a Mox Amber, okay. Doomblade. Non-black creature, Chatterfang. Chatterfang is a mono green, right? Am I overthinking this? Destroy target non-black creature, and this is just a green creature, even though it's got a black activation. So let's... yeah, let's let them cast their Chatterfang. We'll Doomblade it. Unless that black activation does count it also as a black creature. This is just deja vu from the other opponent. This is the exact same woodland champion. And then they concede. Okay, Chatterfang is the mainstay of their deck, so they noped out of here. Okay, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10 wins. So we have a 60% win rate on this deck. We'll do one more overview of the deck and wrap up the video, wrap up the live stream. If you're watching the video after the fact, check down on the description to jump to the various chapters and the description for the deck list. Let's take a quick overview of this again together. So I'm going to browse the deck. So I'm going to browse the deck one more time to show you how I constructed it. Full deck list in the description. So the idea is Satoru Umezawa gives all your creatures ninjutsu when this is on the battlefield. 4 mana. Whenever you activate ninjutsu, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put one of them into your hand and the rest at the bottom. Only do it once per turn, so you get that upside. If you cheat in a creature, then you also draw 3, keep 1. So the way this works is I have a variety of 1 mana creatures with evasion and a couple of 2 mana creatures with evasion. So Artificer's Assistant, 1/1 flyer, and when you cast a historic spell, you scry once, so that's an artifact or legendary. There's a few counter spells in the deck as well. Fairy Miscreant, it's a 1/1 with flying. Fairy Seer, it's a 1 mana, 1/1 flyer, scry 2. So craft your next draws. Lantern Bearer, it's a 1/1 with 1. 1/1 for 1, you can disturb it and it comes back as an enchantment to give another creature flying. We have the Merfolk Windrobber, it's a 1/1 for 1 flying. When it connects with damage, it mills them 3. Another counterspell, so Mist Cloak Herald Classic is just a single blue mana for a 1/1 unblockable built in. Network Disruptor, it's a 1 mana 1/1 flyer, and it taps down their permanent when it enters. Terramander, a 1/1 flyer. Later on, it can become a 5/5 if you adapt it. Silver Raven, 1/1 flyer. When it enters, scry 1. Slitherblade, 1/1 1/2, unblockable on the ground. Spectral Sailor, 1 mana 1/1 flyer with flash. Pay 4, draw a card. Counterspell, 1 mana 1/1 changeling, but also cannot be blocked. Gingerbrew at 1/1 for 1 with haste. Pay 1, cannot be blocked. Departed deck hand, 2 mana 2/2 unblockable spirit. Give something else unblockability with 4 mana. Counterspell, counterspell, counterspell to protect your permanent plus card draw. Counterspell, counterspell, counterspell. 1/1 unblockable merfolk. Counterspell for activated abilities. Another Umezawa in the deck, so Tetsuko, she's a 2 mana 1/3. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less cannot be blocked. So gives everything that either has flying becomes unblockable, or whatever is unblockable again. Yuan T. Malison, it's a 2/1, cannot be blocked if it attacks alone, so be careful on that. It has to attack by itself. Plus it also ventures when it deals damage. Doomblade removal, Heartless Act removal, Infernal Grasp removal, Power Word Kill removal, Krydel of Baldur's Gate, 2 mana 1/3. When it deals damage to a player, that player loses 1 life, mills 1 card, you gain 1 life, and you scry 1. And when you attack, you may pay 2. If you do, a creature gets unblockability. Arcane Signet Mana Rock, Cold Steel Heart Mana Rock, Guardian Idol Mana Rock, Mindstone Mana Rock, Ornithopter Paradise Mana Rock, Midnight Clock Mana Rock. I might remove this one and just keep the 2 mana rocks and put something else, counterspell or removal or something. There's no board wipes, so that's a possibility to add. Another counterspell. Here we have 4 mana exile, 4 mana exile, 4 mana exile, 4 mana exile, 4 mana exile. And then we've got the big creatures. We've got next the big creatures that we're trying to cheat in. We've got all those little creatures that have some amount of evasion to cheat in all of these big creatures. Morkrut Behemoth, it's a 7/6 with Menace. So it doesn't have anything amazing when it ETBs, but then subsequently it's got Menace. We have Yargle, it's just your plain old 9/3. So bounce back your 1/1. So even if they don't block this 0/2 Ornithopter, bounce it back and then trade it for a 9/3 Yargle. Then we've got the Hullbreaker Horror. Even with the nerfed version, it's still a 7/8. It's got flash. Whenever you cast a spell, choose up to 1. Return target spell you don't control to its owner's hand, or return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you'll probably be doing this. Second one more, returning stuff to their hand. Nezahal, it's a big old 7/7. Cannot be countered. No maximum hand size. When they cast a non-creature spell, draw a card. Discard 3 cards. Bounce it back to your hand to protect it. Pursued Whale, it's an 8/8. It then basically goads all of their creatures, and then this whale gets... Then this gets Ward 3. Waker of Waves is the 7/7. All their creatures get -1/-0. Demon of Loathing, it's a 7/7 flying and trample. When it connects, opponent sacrifices a creature. Toxrel, this card's amazing. It's a 7/7. It puts -1s on all of their creatures at the end of every turn. You then sacrifice, and then when their creatures die, you make slugs. Then you pay 2 mana, sacrifice a slug, draw a card. Slinvoda, it's a big old 8/8. Now, if you kick it for 10 mana, it bounces everything back to everyone's hands, except Merfolk, Krakens, Leviathans, Octopuses, and Serpents. Torgar, it's a 7/6. When this enters, up to one player's life total becomes half their starting total. So whatever their life is, when this enters, if they're still at 25, they drop down to half of that, and then this connects with 7 damage, because it got cheated in, it got ninjutsu'd in. That's double whammy. Void Beckoner, it's an 8/8 with Death Touch. Villas, it's an 8/8 with Flying, then you can pay black and life to give something -2. Sorry, -1/-1, any creature -1/-1, and when you lose life, draw that many cards. So pay 2 life, draw 2 cards. Walking Skyscraper is just a big old 8/8. It's got hexproof if it's untapped. We got Ulamog, it's a 10/10. Now, however, it doesn't do its amazing tricks here because it was put into play, it wasn't cast, so it wouldn't do its whenever Ulamog or whenever you cast this, exile 2 permanents, so it won't do that. And also when Ulamog attacks, the timing of this is that it's already attacking, so it's not going to trigger the 20 card exile. When it attacks, it triggers a 20 card exile, so on the next time. So if you cheat it in after no one blocks your Ginger Brute, it just attacks as a 10/10. It doesn't do the extra stuff. Metalwork Colossus, it's just another 10/10. Swap out your 1/1 for a 10/10. And then Icebreaker Kraken, it's a 10/10. Plus it taps down the opponent's stuff. I think I'm going to add one more card to the deck and swap something out. There's that one big old fish that mills half their deck. Fleet Swallower. When Sweet Follower attack. Okay, no, it wouldn't work here. If you ninjutsu this in, again, just like Ulamog, you're swapping it in at the moment that it has already attacked. So that won't trigger. It'll trigger on the next time it attacks. And it might get removed by the next time it attacks. So it might not be worth it. Although it would be better that the opponent removes the big creature and keeps Satoru out so you can cheat something else in again, so that could be a good target. We might put that one in actually. Let's remove the 3-mana rock, Midnight Clock, and put in a Fleet Swallower. And that's the deck. So it's Ninjutsu Trickery with Satoru Umezawa. Full deck, downloadable deck is in the description. Once again, if you're watching the video after I broadcast live, check the description for the chapter stops. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give a like, follow on YouTube, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I would really appreciate it. Comment on how you would improve the deck. How would you make this a full commander deck? Tell me in the description. Consider joining my Discord down there at the bottom. Type that address there. Join the Discord. Come hang out with us as we talk Magic Arena. This has been VM Campos. Thank you so much for checking out the video.